Good morning. Happy to be with you. Kiwi's here with me today, but she's not up here where you can see her. But she's determined to be petted, and she's just wanting to be petted. She's bugging me, so we'll see if she lets me get through this. Anyway, good morning. Happy to be with you. I was thinking about something today when I woke up. I spent a good bit of time yesterday. I have a few rental properties, and yesterday I spent about 4 hours. Kiwi, you gotta quit hitting the camera. I spent about 4 hours cleaning out one that some people moved out of and left it an absolute mess. It's not the first time. In fact, it's the rule, not the exception. And I was thinking about, why can't people be more responsible? And so when I got up this morning, I was doing some reading, and I ran across a story where a coach, a football coach, high school football coach, had to suspend or suspended 16 of his key players right at the end of the season during the playoffs, suspended 16 of his key players for underage drinking. And the parents were pleading with him, please don't do this, we're right in the playoffs. He said they have to learn to be responsible. They have to learn that there are consequences for their actions. And so he did. He suspended them, and in the next game in the playoffs, they lost 63-0. So, and I think he did absolutely the right thing. We don't value responsibility today like we should. When we give our word to something, our word should be kept. When we take on a debt, we need to pay that debt. When we take on the responsibility of renting a house, we need to leave that house in as good a condition as we found it in, if possible, and so on. The Bible says in Psalm 15, beginning in verse 1, he asks the question, David asks the question, he says, Lord, who may abide in your tabernacle? Who may dwell in your holy hill? And then he answers, he who walks uprightly and works righteousness. In other words, the word righteousness can be defined as that which is right and just within the will of God. So he who works righteousness, he who does the right thing and speaks the truth in his heart. So it's saying, who can stand? Who has the right to stand before God? A person who walks uprightly, who does the right thing, who treats people decently, who does the right thing and speaks truth. In other words, a responsible person, a person who accepts responsibility. You know, there's always going to be consequences for what we do, and we need to learn to do the right thing up front so that the consequences aren't negative. I can't tell you how many people, or especially teenagers, how many times somebody will say, well, you know, I made a mistake, or why am I being treated like this? Well, you're being treated like this, or this has happened to you because you did this. You did the wrong thing. So my challenge this morning is be responsible. Just be responsible. Just get back to that old-fashioned notion that if you give your word, it means something. Get back to that old-fashioned notion that you need to speak the truth, that you need to say the truth. Just get back to it and see if that doesn't honor God and doesn't please God, and if God doesn't bring blessing into your life as a result of it. Well, that's about all I have to say. That's my soapbox for this morning. But I believe it's important, and I believe it's something that it's not the thing that comes naturally. We have within us a natural tendency to sin. We have a sin nature. And that sin nature, that natural tendency to sin, will pull us toward the lie. It will pull us toward being irresponsible. And so my challenge to you today is to, as you walk with God, fight that tendency to be irresponsible and choose instead to be responsible. And I believe God will bless your life. Well, my time's up. Sun's going to come peeking over the horizon there over the trees, and I'm going to get blasted here in a minute. So I'm going to say goodbye. You have a great day, and Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow.